Yo, what's up, guys? Kevin here. Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. We'll be on here for the next hour to talk to you guys, answer any of your questions. Big shout out to everyone for tuning in early. At the moment, I'm here in London, England, in my friend's snowboard gear dungeon. So yeah, stoked to be talking to you guys. And yeah, some stuff going on, I guess, in the world of snowboarding. We're coming into September is coming up soon, so going to be heading back to Zermatt, Switzerland in a few weeks, and then after that, I think the plan is to go to Hintertux, Austria, for a few weeks of snowboarding in October. So lots of snowboarding on the horizon, and also I guess, some news from Epic Pass and Vail Resorts too about what the plan is going to be for the winter. So that's some interesting stuff as well. But before we get into all that, let's some shout outs to some of the people who got here early. Ryan, shout out Ryan DT says, "What's up, Kevin?" Not much, man. It's 10 p.m. here in London, and I just had some dinner and gonna go to bed soon. But yeah, late night live chat for me. I know in North America it's around, I guess depending on where you are, it's like 5 p.m. or 2 p.m. But yeah, it'd be awesome to hear where everyone is watching from around the world as well. We got El Stacker on here. We got Amazing Word of Megan is on here. Highland Cow. George, thanks for tuning in. Adrian Anderson. We got Giada from Michigan. What's up? El Stacker saying smash the like button. Thanks, man, for the support. We got Sam watching from Vermont. Kiwi wants to know if David Jones is on the live chat. Yeah, is David Jones on here? I didn't see him, but yeah. We'll see if he's on here. We got InMotion SLB watching from in the house from the UK. Adam watching from Seattle. Scott Barlow saying smash the like button. Thanks, man. Lachlan from Perisher, Australia. And I heard that Perisher has been. Have you guys been getting some good snow down in Perisher? I'd love to be down there right now. Such a good spot. Yeah, we got Saturday Farm Stand watching from Texas. Awesome. Dylan from Minnesota. James from Ottawa. Jacob from South Carolina. Awesome, guys. Mateo from Peru. Amazing. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Let's see what questions we got going on. Oh, so we got Eric saying, I work for Vail Resorts. They are doing a reservation source. We have to call in a week in advance. Oh wow, yeah, it's going to be interesting for the season if everyone has to reserve a spot for snowboarding. Big time, yeah, that's interesting. What I read too on the website is that you're guaranteed 7 days. I guess so if you book the trip, you're guaranteed at least 7 days of your reservation to get those days, and beyond that, I guess it's kind of I don't know, luck or just however they decide to pick it randomly to see if your reservation goes through, or I guess maybe it'd be first come first serve. I don't know how they're holding the reservations, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with the upcoming season and numbers. It's are people going to be traveling as much, or will it matter if you reserve or not? Is it still going to be low enough numbers that you can still get in? And one thing I was thinking of with the reservation process is that if you're working at the resort and you happen to get the day off for some reason, like if work tells you to go home, will you be able to go up that day if it's quiet, or do you have to always reserve the day before? That'll be interesting to find out how all that plays out. But yeah, if anyone has any extra information about Vail, Eric, thanks for being on here, man. If you work for Vail, if you have any info, it'd be great to hear too. All right. Shred 1904 saying, "Tell us more, Eric." Yeah, Eric, for sure, man. If you have any info, it'd be great to hear. Lachlan saying, "We got a meter of snow last week. It was sick. Wow. Where are you at, Lachlan? You must be in, are you in Australia? Alex saying, hey, dude, literally got my new board today. Can't wait for the winter now. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm pretty much all set as well for boards, and yeah, just stoked to for September to get rolling, and everything is just gonna get colder and colder from here, and we'll be back on the mountain very soon. Stefan says, you've been riding the snow domes in the UK. So I haven't had the chance to ride any of the snow domes on this trip. I have been to Hemel Hempstead in the past and had a really good time there on like one of their park nights. That was super fun. Met lots of people that check out the channel, so that was amazing. And yeah, but this trip has kind of been more just like a summer trip to, and I actually left all my snowboard gear in Switzerland. So if I had my snowboard gear with me, I probably would have stopped by, but I left all my gear in Switzerland because I didn't want to travel Europe with a full bag of snowboard gear. So all my stuff's in Zermatt, so I got to go back and pick it up. Dylan says, what's your favorite board that's under $450? Probably the Capita Horoscope. I really like that board. I rode it a few years ago, and it was a great sort of I guess a cheaper board. It was under $400, I believe. So yeah, the Capita Horoscope was an awesome board for not much money. Luke saying lift tickets will be sold online over the phone for non-pass holders at Vail Resorts. Okay, interesting. That's kind of, I don't mind that. Like buying things online is definitely more convenient, especially like if you can just buy things straight on your phone. Yeah, I don't mind that. One thing they have here in the UK is if you get food, you can actually pay your bill online at the table. So that's kind of a cool way to do it, especially if you go to one place often. You can just like pay your bill like sort of just on your phone with an app. So there's some things that could become more convenient for sure with just doing things online. And Pa Lee says, I will be there on Hintertuck's opening too. Awesome. Yeah, the plan is to get to Hintertuck's for the opening weekend. So I guess it'll be like around October 1st. I think it opens October 1st. So the plan will be to be in Hintertuck's then. And the park looks great. I know that recently I was checking out some of Casey Willax's videos from when he was in Hintertuck's a few years ago. And the park looked super fun. So yeah, I can't wait to get there. But first, going to go back to Zermatt for a few weeks. The park there is, the snow park in Zermatt is amazing as well. So can't wait to get back there. Titus asking, with which torque do you tighten your bindings? So when I tighten my bindings, I always just do it by hand, and you don't want to put a lot of effort into it. You just want to make sure that it's snug. If you over tighten, you can actually sometimes put the screw too deep into your board. So just do it for like a comfortable tightness. Don't over tight if you can. Kuyad33 asking, how'd you like Big Bear when you were in SoCal? Yeah, I loved it. So I was there like early March in 2020, and had a great time. I was there with TJ, with Janice, with David Jones, and we had an awesome time riding the park there for like a week. And yeah, it's a kind of place where the mountain was fun, the town was amazing, and I'm definitely gonna go back. So I'll be back there sometime this upcoming winter. Had such a good time at Big Bear. The people, the park. The park is really cool because you get off the chairlift and you just start hitting features right off the start. So, and multiple features to choose from as well. So you could right off the chair, you could take like the big jump or the small box, and then from there were just more and more features all the way until you got to the end of the chair. So had a great time there. The flow of the park was amazing too, just being able to ride from one feature to the next. or just like kind of get creative with the features as well. So yeah, it was so much fun. Just the resort, the people, the whole experience. So I can't wait to get back. Yeah, maybe get a early Big Bear trip in, maybe like December. If not then, yeah, at some point, 100% gonna go back to Big Bear this winter, and also spend some time in LA. LA is a super fun city to be in, and lots of snowboarders, surprisingly, all in the Southern California area. And shout out to yeah, all of our friends down in LA. We met a whole bunch of people, and yeah, the Burton shop in Santa Monica was a really cool spot as well. Dylan says, "What's your advice on buying used boards?" Yeah, used board can be a really good option. Just make sure that you're getting, don't compromise with not getting the right size for you. So even if it's a good deal, make sure you're getting the right size. Do a bit of research into the board so that you're getting like the right, like if you're more into park, make sure you're getting a park board. So just like do your research ahead of time so that even if there's a board that may seem to be a good deal, it may not necessarily the board that you're looking for. So yeah, make sure you can do some research on the board, look it up, find the specs, and make sure that's going to be the right size, the right type of board for the kind of riding you want to do. So is it a park board? Is it like an all mountain board? So yeah, look into that. Also the stiffness, make sure you can find like the stiffness rating for the board, because a really stiff board can be great for stuff like carving and riding at high speeds, but it can be a really difficult board for learning on. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So yeah, just do your research, and yeah, if the price is right and it's the board for you, then go for it. And then also inspect the board too to make sure there's no like damage to it, or nobody's done any kind of like like major repairs to it. So just check out stuff like that as well. And we got Josh watching from Eugene, Oregon. Awesome, Josh, man. Shout out to everyone over in Oregon. Preek wants to know, can you do a 2021 setup, please? Definitely, yeah. I do one of those videos every year, so I'll definitely make one for this coming year. I believe, so I have 3 boards. I think I have 2 or 3 boards ready for 2021. I may pick up one more, but I don't have any of my outerwear yet, and I may need to get some new boots. But yeah, as soon as I have my 2021 gear setup ready to go, I'll definitely make a video on that for sure. Sam saying, I just got my new Capita. So stoked. Awesome, Sam. Yeah, I'm riding the Capita, the Outsiders, and I've been loving it in the park. When I was riding at Zermatt, it was super fun. Josh saying, waiting for my new Super Pig to arrive. Should be here any day now. Awesome, man. Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty awesome. Like, since, a lot of shops are closed, but it's great to be able to just go online and find what you want. And for me, like, shopping online was great too, because I managed to find some deals, especially on last season's gear that's like new to last season. Managed to get some good deals. And on some of the websites too, they do like a promo like offer too, where they give you like 10% off your order, even if it's a sale, if you give them your email address. So I've done that a few times, and yeah, it's a good way to save some money on snowboard gear. Mateo is saying, yeah, Vail Resorts just said that now we will have to make reservations for the day that we want to ride for pass holders. Yeah, that's man, that's kind of tough, because it's like sometimes you wake up and you weren't planning on it, but it turns out to have good snow or a sunny day, and it would be a real bummer to not be able to go just because you didn't reserve, or vice versa. You may reserve and then not want to go the day you reserve. So it's kind of oh man, yeah, it's kind of it's an annoying thing for sure, having to reserve, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe the resorts will be quiet and you'll be able to get all the days you want. I don't know. Uh, Pinole says, "Yo, Kevin, just a quick question. Would you pair the Strata with the Orca? Thanks a lot, man. Helped me a lot improving. Would like to meet you one day in the future. Keep it up. Awesome. Same, yeah. Hopefully, I'll see you one day. Maybe let me know what resort you're at, and yeah, I always let everyone know too. Like if I do go to a new resort, I'll try to put it out there with some good notice so that if I show up at your resort, it'd be awesome to meet up. But the Stratas with the Orca, I think that's like it's a pretty good pairing for sure. The Stratas are sort of like a mid flex binding, so it's good for it's kind of good for everything. Like you can make it work for the park, you can make it work for all mountain. If you're just getting a pair of bindings strictly for the Orca, you could go with something stiffer. So like maybe the Union Force or the Union Atlas or another brand that has like a stiff binding like the now drives. For me, I would go something with a little bit stiffer, but the Stratas are a good sort of all-around binding too, so that you could make them work on a park board as well. But yeah, good question, man. Kieran saying, followed your Cardrona journey last year and got up this season for the first time myself and absolutely loved it. I can't wait for next season. Awesome. That's so great that yeah, you checked out the videos and then went this season. That's amazing. Yeah, I hope you had a good time at Cardrona. Love that place. Yeah. I'll definitely be back there next year if everything opens up, and hopefully I'll see you there snowboarding. Uh, Kakalaki Livin says, been planning a trip to Colorado. I'm in NC, that North Carolina, for a few months now. It's a weird time to try and decide to out all the money down on everything. Do you think the season's going to be okay? Honestly, I probably would wait, or maybe like make sure you do all your research before planning a trip, because as resorts are sort of laying out their plans for the season, like it may not be as straightforward to go riding as you think it's going to be. So maybe do some research ahead of time. And honestly, this season for me, I'm kind of looking at possibly like spending a lot more time at smaller resorts. So even if you do go to Colorado, if you look at some of the smaller resorts, and yeah, because it can be hectic. I can imagine some of the big like resorts around Colorado get very busy in a normal season. And so if there's like a reservation system and it's like your one trip a year, then it may be very busy. So I don't know. I would maybe wait a little bit and do your research and try to plan it so that you know exactly what you're getting into and there's like no surprises. But then outside of North Carolina, Colorado, there's also lots of cool like smaller places on the West Coast, and but I would wait maybe until everyone has their 2021 winter season COVID plans in effect. So yeah, maybe wait a little bit. Andy with a trick question, a snowboard trick question. How should I approach 180s off jumps, and which side do you prefer, front side or back side? It's funny, at first I always preferred front side, because for front side, like you take off and then in the air you're facing the landing, and then you and then land. But now I actually prefer backside. I'm not sure why. I think backside because you're taking off of your toes. I think it's a bit easier to jump off your toes and then land switch, opposed to for a front side you're coming more off your heels. So yeah, I think for me it's backside's easier. But for the approach is fairly straight for a 180. So for front side, you want to come in slightly on your toes so that you're rocking onto your heels just slightly as you come off the lip, and then you're gonna pop and then twist and then land switch. And then for the backside of 180, it's the opposite. So you're coming in starting more on your heels, fairly straight still, so that you're setting yourself up to be coming off the lip a little bit on your toes. And then you're popping off your toes, twisting back, turning your board underneath you, and then riding switch. But yeah, you can also do it cab as well. Actually, probably the easiest 180 for me is as a cab 180. So coming into a switch. So yeah, Andy, definitely practice lots outside the park first, like on small like side hits or even like a side bank, getting the feel for it. And yeah, take it to the smallest jump you can find. Even yeah, but practice lots and lots outside the park first so that you have it. And even if you're working on a 180 you've never done before, just start it by doing it just on the flat ground and like hop 180, and it's a good way to get them down. But yeah, good luck, man. Austin says, is Whistler going to be open this season, or is it going to go off, or is it going to go off of Epic? I think they're still going to be on the Epic Pass because they've been selling the Epic Pass, I think. So yeah, I'm sure they're going to open, but there'll be some of the rules. Excuse me, guys. There'll be some rules around it, so we'll just have to wait and see how all that unfolds. But so far, sounds like the rules are you're gonna have to reserve, and I guess 7 days are guaranteed, 7 guaranteed days, and then the rest of the season is gonna be if your reservation goes through. So yeah, it's gonna be a different season. Oh wow, we got 133 people on here as well, 49 likes, and a super chat. All right, I'll have to get to the super chat from Justin Visey. Oh, thanks, Justin. Justin Visey from one of my favorite spots, Los Angeles. What's up, man? He says, been a minute, dude. Hashtag taco fund, amazing. And says, hope we get through the COVID stuff so we can shred. Yeah, absolutely, Justin. And next time I'm in LA, hopefully we get to ride together at Big Bear, or maybe somewhere else in California. But yeah, appreciate the support, man. Thanks for the super chat, and we'll definitely get some tacos on you, man. Thanks, Justin. And King Schultz says, Burton Custom or Process for intermediate riders, or an intermediate rider. I would go between those two boards. It's tough. I would say, honestly, they're very similar. I'd probably go with the Process. It's a bit cheaper. It's soft, and I think the Burton Process Camber version is a good board. So just like a good sort of intermediate board that can take you into advanced. So I'd go for the Process. And Gus says, have you used your Mavic Air 2 drone in cold climate? I have, yeah. I've flown it. Actually, I guess it wasn't that cold, but I've flown it twice. I flew it twice in Zermatt, but it was pretty warm. Even though we were on the top of the mountain and there was snow everywhere, it felt like it was like 15 degrees. So not in the cold climate yet, but I'll let you know about it. Dylan says, what's your favorite restaurant slash food? Definitely Mexican. So like tacos, burritos, hot sauce. I love all that stuff. Oh, and Sam's saying, nice oof sticker. Yeah, the David Jones oof sticker right there. That's an old school sticker from David. We need to get some fingerboard week stickers and merch up here. Oh, and we got Red's Cap on here as well. What's up, Reggie? Thanks for tuning in, man. Shout out to all the moderators on the live chat. Dylan says, do you ever find discounts on lift tickets? And if so, where? I think the best bet for finding discounted lift tickets is to go on the website. Like usually if you go onto the resort's website, you can see how they package tickets differently to possibly get a deal. So yeah, I think that's like the best way to do it. Sam wants to know, what was your favorite feature at Big Bear, and who are you gonna ride with this season? Hopefully I get to ride with everybody for sure. Like all the YouTubers, yeah, TJ, David Jones, Casey, Janice, Jonathan, Ryan Nafton, yeah, Tommy. Hopefully I get to ride with all those guys. I'm sure I'm missing a few as well. Like some of you guys as well. Hopefully I get to ride with Red's Cap and El Stacker and just anybody. So it's going to be a busy season. And my favorite feature at Big Bear was probably, what was it? Man, what was going on through Big Bear Park? There's so many features. That box they had set up, that was like you you ride like through a like a train container. That was pretty cool. But probably at the very end, it was like a very advanced feature. It was something that I wasn't quite ready for, but it was like 3 rails with stairs. I did manage to hit the one rail that was like a gap to a rail, so that was like super scary. But Janice, she did a front board down the center rail with the stairs, and that was like probably the most impressive trick of the whole trip. So that was my favorite feature, and yeah, Janice, she killed it. Josh Rush with the super chat. Thanks for the support, Josh. Says, just spreading the stoke. Cheers from Eugene, Oregon. Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate the support. Yeah, and shout out to everyone in Eugene. Hope you guys are having a good summer. Callum saying, much love from Australia. Just got to Threadbow yesterday, and the conditions are great. Awesome, Callum. Yeah, I wish I was down there with you guys. That's awesome. Kim saying, my snowboarding lessons on a carpet slope are starting again soon. How do you recommend getting the hang of it again? So if you're going back to a carpet slope, that's definitely a place where I would say just like take your time with it. So is it like a moving carpet, or is it a carpet slope where it's like a Snowflex in Virginia where it's like a run with the carpet? I'm sure you're talking about the second one. I would say just like, yeah, taking your time, get your heels down, get your toe sliding down, back and forth, and yeah, just take it one turn at a time. Like there's no rush to get your turns like linking too soon, but and I would say like the biggest thing for beginners is like letting the turn come around slowly. So finding that mellow area where you can just point your board straight for that 1 second, get it flat before getting onto your new edge. And then for the toe turn, really make sure that you're turning your shoulders to face the top of the slope. That like really helps the turn come around smoothly. So let it come around slow. Use your whole body to turn with everything. And yeah, that's like I think the best way to do it. And then just maybe check out the beginner snowboard playlist. There's a lot of videos on there, but I think if you watch a few of the basic ones, it just kind of, I guess, like reminds you of some of the key details there. Stanimir says, watching from Bulgaria, just got Capita spring break swallowtail. What do you think of swallowtails? Yeah, the swallowtails are pretty cool. I have the Battalion Surfer. It's got like a massive swallowtail. So it's like really good for sinking the tail of your board into the powder and makes it easy to keep the nose up. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. This the dart here has a pretty cool swallowtail as well. You guys can see it. So yeah, it's awesome. Helps the tail sink, and yeah, makes powder riding very easy. So put this thing back. It's kind of awkward. There you go. But yeah, good choice, man. Good choice of a board. Hallett saying, hey Kevin, thanks for the awesome videos. I have a question to ask. Which is better for beginner, Capita, Outer Space Living or DOA? Um, I would guess the outer space living. I think the outer space living. I would have to like check out the numbers again, but I would go with the softer board. So maybe take a look at the flex rating. I know the DOA is a bit stiff, especially for a beginner, and it's also pretty camber dominant. Where I'm not sure about the outer space living. It may be softer, and it may have more rocker zones towards the tips. So yeah, just check the flex rating on like website like evo.com or somewhere, and that'll help you out. And Hip Oops saying, what is Whistler doing? Same stuff as Vail. Yeah, so I guess Whistler's owned by Vail, so they'll be doing probably the same setup, unless they do something different for whatever reason. But yeah, they should be doing the same. So the reservation system, reserving ahead of time, and I guess you get 7 guaranteed days, and then yeah, it'll be interesting. Dylan's saying any 500k sub special coming soon. Well, I actually passed 500k like the week before all the lockdown stuff happened, and then after lockdown, I think I lost like 2,000 subscribers. So right now I'm at like 499, and I should be back at 500k in like 2 weeks. But we already did sort of like a 500k celebration back in March. So I think it'd be weird if I did another one. But if you want to go back and check out the video, I think it's called like 500k snowboard celebration or something. And yeah, it was back at Big Bear. And it was, yeah, it was really fun. They actually, David bought a bunch of like champagne and they shook it up and like sprayed it in my face. So that was really fun. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of weird. I passed it back in March, and then I went down to 498. So, but yeah, it's all good. I'll probably do. I can't really do anything if I pass it again. I already passed it once. Kashik saying that Vail is doing the same thing for all their resorts. Okay, awesome. Good to know. Caroline saying, what are some key tips for trying out park for the first time? Key tips, I would say like first, just ride through the park. Like don't hit anything. Take a look at all the different features. Um, you know, when you are riding through, or just like if you are doing the park, make sure that other riders can always see you. So don't stop anywhere that's underneath like a jump or underneath like any feature, because when people are coming through, they're like jumping off of all kinds of different stuff. So you always want to make sure that anybody uphill above you can always like see you. So don't make sure you don't stop anywhere. That's like a big safety one. If you do stop, make sure it's off to the side and like everyone can see where you are. And then yeah, start small. Start with like the easiest features you can find. Usually there's like usually the parks are actually broken up into like small, medium, and large parks. And yeah, if you can find the small park or small features, just stick with those. Get comfortable with them. Make sure you've done all your prep outside the park first, and yeah, just have fun. And yeah, what else do you want to do? I would say like, or you can even hike a feature. Hiking is really fun as well. So if there's one feature that you like that's easy, hiking it a bunch of times can get you like really good at that feature and really comfortable with it. So yeah, hike a feature. And but yeah, the more that you're in there, the more you'll get comfortable and the more you'll progress. Daniel wants to know, have I ever been to Tremblant? So that's in Quebec. I was actually there. My very first like ski trip when I was like 13 years old was to Mount Tremblant, but I haven't been back since, because I feel like it's very cold there, and maybe a bit icy too. So I haven't been back, but Tremblant looks pretty cool. Hip Hops says, "What passes are you going to? What passes are you going to do?" So far, I have bought the Icon Pass. I've got a Zermatt Summer Pass, but yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to buy my. If I do get an Epic Pass, I'm gonna wait just to see what happens. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to do some research and see how it's gonna go. But yeah, so far I have the Icon Pass for the winter. And Preek saying, I'm looking for new bindings for my Burton process, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. Can you suggest? Yeah, so I guess like the inexpensive Burton bindings are I don't know if your board maybe have the EST system. It probably does. So like although the other bindings will work too, but you can get Burton Freestyle or Burton Mission. Maybe check those bindings out. Burton Mission bindings. They're more inexpensive. Or if you want to try Union bindings, you can get something like the Union Contacts. So there's a couple there. I have no prediction for West Coast weather. I have no idea. Alex saying, any plans to visit the new indoor slope in Sweden? Oh, wow. I didn't know there was a new indoor slope in Sweden. I'll have to look into that. Maybe. We got Chuck Van on the chat. What up, Chuck, man? Thanks for tuning in. I saw a few of your photos from, I believe it was Perisher. Looked really fun, man. Oh, he's saying he's going home today. Oh, sorry, man. You should just, man, quit your job, sell everything, and move there. It looked like a lot of fun, Chuck. Oh, yeah, I hope you had a good time, man. All right, we got lots of people talking to each other on the chat. Kashik saying, what is the situation in Europe? Will they be doing a similar system to Vail in the winter? I don't think it's going to be similar to Vail. One reason is because in Europe, there's not like the one big like collective pass. There's so many. There's like hundreds, or maybe like over 1,000 resorts across Europe, and they seem to be like a lot of them seem to be private or individual resorts. So I don't think they're gonna have like one policy across like a whole bunch of different resorts, kind of like they they have in the U.S. and Canada. So I feel like it's gonna be a lot of different resorts with different things happening, and my impression too is that in Europe maybe they're a bit more relaxed about that kind of stuff. So I can imagine there being less less rules around that stuff. So my impression, my guess would be that it's going to be more relaxed in Europe, especially just because the resorts are more individual. We got Abmil watching from Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada. Awesome. Shout out to everyone in Ontario. El Stacker, yeah, look forward to riding with you again too, man. Kashik saying, you got the Dart too. Sick board. So I didn't actually, these aren't actually my boards. These are my friends' friends' boards. So and they're smaller. These boards are all too small for me too, so I won't be able to steal any of them. But yeah, hopefully I'll get onto a dart this winter. Sonochi says, "Hi Kevin, I'm planning to buy the Orca, but don't know which size to go with. Should I go 150 or shorter? I'm 5'4", by the way. Cheers." So it mostly goes by your weight. So maybe let me know how much you weigh. But if you're 5'4", then yeah, maybe check the website and go to the size chart and see what size board for your weight. And with the Orca, you can actually get a smaller board than you usually get. So the board will be shorter. So for me, my Orca is a 59, and I'm 185 pounds, and so I should be riding something like a 160. I could be riding like a 164 powder board, but because of the Orca, because it's like wider, you can ride it shorter. Chuck Van saying mandatory face coverings at all Vail resorts. Awesome, good to know, man. Yeah, I wonder. So one thing in Zermatt is that on the gondola, you actually had to wear like a medical face mask. Like wearing your snowboard face mask wasn't enough. So that'd be interesting. Like if they're gonna make, do you just have to wear your snowboard face mask, or do you have to wear a medical face mask? And I wonder if that'll be different at different resorts, because yeah, in Zermatt you had to wear an actual medical one. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Tommy saying, do you think there's a difference between the Arbor Westmark Canberra 2020 and the 2021? I haven't checked, but I don't imagine that there's going to be any differences or much difference. I know that the last few years that they've been pretty similar, but maybe just have a quick look online. But they've been pretty similar year over year. Basil wants to know, what is the best beginner snowboard gear for 2020? Yeah, that actually sounds like a good video idea. So I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll maybe put together a best beginner snowboard gear vid. Oh, Chuck Van saying, anything that covers your mouth and nose, regular neck tube or face mask is fine. Some people at Perisher were wearing the medical ones. Okay, awesome to know. El Stacker wants to get some food emojis in the chats. Oh, we need to get some British food emojis. So I'm in London, so if you guys have some London food emojis, that would be good. Some good British ones. Oh, for everyone in Scotland, I had an iron brew the other day. So if anyone's from the UK or Europe and you guys know about iron brew, I had my first one a few days ago. It was fine. It was interesting. It was like drinking. It reminded me of cream soda. It was a very sweet, like kind of like soda pop drink. J.A. Physio says, was Zermatt Park too crowded for a park beginner? Being a little bit afraid, seeing all the radical video clips of Rusty Toothbrush. Awesome. Yeah, quick shout out to the Rusty Toothbrush guys. They put out some amazing videos from Zermatt. But the park wasn't actually that busy, to be honest. Like, especially the more beginner features were fairly quiet. So, yeah, I would say the park wasn't really busy at all. There was people there, but there wasn't really any lines, and everything was rolling really smoothly. So yeah, I would say for a park, it was just a good amount of people. Like, it's nice to have some other riders there, for atmosphere and for meeting people. But yeah, the park was it was not too busy for sure. Just yeah, just the right amount of busy. It was fun. Patrick saying, moving to Keystone to work in the retail shop for the season. Are you optimistic about a full season? Yeah, I'm optimistic that if they start the season, I'm sure they'll finish it. You know, like yeah, this last year has definitely shown us that at any moment, yeah, things can change and things can get shut down. But yeah, I'm pretty optimistic. The one thing I guess I'm not optimistic about is uh, having to reserve, especially if you're working for the mountain. I don't know how the reservation process is going to work for employees, but um, yeah, that's my only concern. But maybe that'll be good too. Uh, to Svetan saying, "Hey, is the LibTech T-Rice Pro good for all mountain riding? Intermediate skill level, thanks." Yeah, I think it's a really good board for intermediate all mountain riding. It's got some rocker into it, so the rocker helps it to turn a bit easier. It's a quick turning snowboard, and you also have magnet traction, so you've got those extra points along the side wall. Some uh, yeah, I think it's like 7 points of contact along the edge, giving you that like more grip on ice. So yeah, really solid intermediate board, I think. That's a great pick. And Adam Bad Riders with a super chat from Australia. Thanks for the support, Adam. Says late super chat, but I've got some off shift from work. Sorry, late super chat, but I've just come off shift from work. Keen to see what vids you got planned for winter, Kev. Awesome, thanks, Adam. Thanks for the support, man. Yeah, I'd hopefully get the usual amount of videos or maybe more, but yeah, want to make as many as possible. Visit some new places, get some new tricks, hopefully. And I'm stoked on filming more with the GoPro 360 Max. That camera's like really impressed me so far, so gonna film more with the GoPro Max, and hopefully get some cool creative shots with it, and also get some more shots with the Mavic. Which Mavic do I have? The Mavic Air 2. So hopefully get some more drone shots as well. So I'm excited, man. Yeah, it's an adventure like always. And yeah, Adam, looking forward to checking out some more Instagram stuff from you too, man. And we got Jose Bautista on here as well. Shout out to Jose. Shout out again to all the moderators. Thank you guys for helping out with the live chat. And we got a million pop off on here at the super chat as well, saying um, other vids coming from the last trip to Zermatt. Hashtag DWCP. No, all the videos are out. All the videos I think I filmed. Actually, I don't know how many videos I filmed, but yeah, 8 or 10 videos were up from that last Zermatt trip, and so they're all up. So the next video, I actually filmed a video today, and it was about surf-inspired snowboards. So I think that's kind of an interesting topic. There's definitely a type of snowboard that has become very popular the last few years. That's that more surf-inspired shape, and with like a board that kind of feels and performs like you're surfing in the ocean. So there's a video about that coming out soon. And I'm also going surfing in Portugal next week, so we'll try to get a Portugal surf vlog out for you guys, and you'll see if a snowboarder can surf. So that'll be interesting. That'll be coming out next week. And Chuck Van with the super chat as well. Shout out Dweek Camber crew. Been surfing yet, Kev? Oh yeah, that was just mentioned that. So yeah, next week, Portugal, we're gonna do a couple days of surfing. So looking forward to that. And yeah, hopefully Chuck get a video, a vlog up for you, attempting to surf. And James saying, what's the best board for riding everything? Park, POW, etc. Yeah, it's an interesting question. It's hard to get like everything good, but maybe something like the ride War Pig or ride Twin Pig. I know that TJ has rode TJ from Board Archive. He's ridden both those boards in Park and POW and really loves them. So maybe check out those boards. Oh, some people saying they like the Iron Brews. H Mills saying, love your vids. I've been wanting to learn how to ride switch, but I have a directional snowboard. Will that be a problem? No, it won't really be a problem. It's better to have a twin board, but having a directional board is fine too. Just make sure that on the day or like before you decide to attempt to ride switch, make sure that you get your stance completely centered. Having a centered stance will make like learning switch so much easier. If you try riding switch and your new tail is like longer than your nose, it's going to make learning switch really difficult. So make sure your stance is totally centered on your board, and that'll make and that'll help you to learn switch even if it's a directional board. And James saying, are you going to go on any backcountry trips this season? Definitely. Yeah, I want to do lots of backcountry riding. I may do a refresher of my avalanche safety course, so that'll be something I'll look into. And if the whole reservation thing is going down, and if it is busy, and if it's a lot of if it turns out to be problematic, then I may be doing even more backcountry riding. So it's like a good backup plan to have the backcountry set up for sure. So yeah, we'll do lots of backcountry riding no matter what though. Os- Osvaldo is saying the reservation thing sounds like a nightmare. Is that all Vail resorts? So yeah, apparently it is, and it does kind of sound like a nightmare. Uh, Kaiserson saying, "Hey Kev, what would be a cheaper option of a Burton Custom X?" Interesting question. So the Burton Custom X, I rode one a long time ago, like over 10 years ago, and I remember it was very stiff, and I think it was completely positive camber. So yeah, there's definitely some stiff camber boards out there that are much cheaper. Nothing comes off the top of my head, but yeah, look for if you want a board that feels more like a Burton Custom X, find something that's stiff and yeah, it could be something like maybe like the Capita Black Snowboard of Death, something stiff like that. Although that board is fairly expensive too. It could be not that much cheaper. But yeah, look around. There's definitely some stiff camber boards that are much cheaper. Max wants to know, are you going to Breck? Yeah, hopefully get to go to Breck this winter and ride with Ryan Napton a few days. Hopefully get to film him carving and all that stuff too, and maybe drag him off onto a powder run. But yeah, hopefully make it to Breck this season. Mojo's management says, any advice for someone trying to create content? Awesome. I think the most important thing for becoming a YouTuber, making videos, is to do it consistently. So find things that you're interested in making topics or videos about and try to keep it consistent, because the more consistent you can be with it, the more you learn how to use all the tools to make videos. So with the cameras or editing software, uploading, the whole process, and then and just yourself on camera too. So just being consistent, making videos on a regular basis is going to help you to improve. And like for me, like when I started out, I didn't know how to do anything. I kind of just, it was all self-taught. And yeah, I just start out with, you don't really need much to start out nowadays. So if you have a phone, you have a video camera, most people have a computer nowadays, and you can even actually edit on your phone too. So yeah, just use whatever you have. Don't like hold yourself back from making content just because you can't afford like an expensive camera or an expensive computer, or even have like some kind of fancy background or anything like that. You can do pretty much anything just on your phone or with an inexpensive setup. Maybe get some lights so that you can light up whatever you're gonna film, and you can even get a microphone too. I know like a lot of microphones nowadays are fairly inexpensive as well. So yeah, you got a camera, get a light, maybe even you can just grab a lamp and microphone, and you're good, and just do it on a consistent basis. And Rocco says, hello, Kevin. What are some tips that you have for a skiing YouTube channel? Awesome. So yeah, there's like $1 million idea out there for sure for a ski pro camp. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I, you can just do it. I think if you've taught skiing before, you probably know a lot of the tutorials you can make for how to teach skiing. So you could run through those. You could also like go onto YouTube and see what popular ski videos are out there now, and then remake them under your own ski channel name. And yeah, there's a lot of skiers out there, so there's definitely room for a ski YouTube channel. I know there's a few out there. There's quite a few out there already. But I don't know if there's yeah, there's lots of room. So yeah, just be consistent with it, and yeah, start a ski YouTube channel. Nitin saying, love from Indiana, brother. Big fan. Awesome. Shout out to Indiana. Shout out to everyone in India. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get to, I really want to get to India. We were hoping to get there this year to snowboard in Gulmarg in Kashmir. But it's looking like it's probably not going to happen this winter, but hopefully the following winter get to ride in India. That'd be amazing. Tomer saying, is there any reason you don't use the Anon magnetic face mask? Yeah, if you guys don't know, so my Anon goggles, they actually come with a face mask that like magnets up into it, and it completely like just, yeah, covers your face. But for me, I don't like having like the face mask like covering my nose and mouth. I like to just be able to breathe and have my breath like going out. I like hate the feeling of my like breath staying inside of a face mask. So yeah, I prefer to have it just like open. So that's why I don't wear the magnetic face mask. We got Kier 1984 just popping in. Thanks for stopping by, Kier. Richard wants to know, have you tried wakeboarding? Tried it recently for the first time, and snowboarding translates well. Awesome. Yeah, I've wakeboarded a few times. Yeah, so much fun. It's definitely like more tiring than snowboarding though. I find that after like a half an hour of wakeboarding, I'm done. But yeah, it's super fun. Love being on a lake, on water, on a boat with your friends, it's one of the best things for sure. And human rationally says, any boards that you're excited about this winter? I'm looking at the Dinos Will Die lineup. Yeah, I actually have, I bought the two boards that I'm really excited about this year. So the first one is the Battalion Surfer, like a very powder specific board, really made for like how the name says, like surfing through the powder, deep snow, trees, quick turns, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really stoked on the Battalion Surfer. I can't wait to try that one out. And the other board I'm excited to ride is the Jones Ultra Mind Expander. So I picked that one up as more of my like aggressive big mountain board because it's the Ultra Mind Expander. It's stiffer, but it still has the qualities that help it to float in the snow. And yeah, it looks like a really kind of aggressive all mountain power board. So I'm super stoked to try those two boards and then also like compare like the feel, because I think they're gonna feel like very different. So yeah, at the moment I'm really excited for those, but I'll have to wait to try them in some deep snow and some powder. But yeah, it'd be awesome if you guys want to let me know in the comments what what boards you guys are stoked on for the season. It'd be great to hear as well. And Bad Rider saying, how's the internal mic on the Max, Kev? I've been toying with my Insta360, but I'm looking at the add-ons for it. Honestly, so far I've been happy with the GoPro Max mic. There was the first time I used it, I did get it wet, and so the water kind of screwed up the microphones. But after I've listened to it back after a few days of snowboarding with it, the audio sounds the same as the GoPro 8. So yeah, I've been super happy with the microphone. That was one thing I was a bit concerned with. I know in the Insta360, a few people said that the sound was kind of not great. I think it was with the Insta360. So I don't know how you find it, Adam, but that was one thing I was concerned. I was concerned with the Max about how the sound would be, but so far I think it sounds good. But yeah, if you can figure out an add-on for a mic, but those can sometimes be a pain as well. I know with the GoPro 5 and 6, I had like the add-on mic, and it was kind of a headache to use. And Jose Bortisa with the super chat as well. Thanks for the support, Jose, saying hashtag taco funds. Awesome. Thanks, Jose. Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a good summer out there. Hope you guys aren't getting too cooked on the East Coast heat wave that's happening. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you this winter, Jose. And Morbid Ghost with the super chat saying, I just got the 2021 Capita Mercury. Any thoughts on this board? By the way, I love the vids. Been a sub for a few years now. Awesome. Thank you so much, Morbid Ghost. Yeah, the Capita Mercury looks like a really fun sort of all mountain freestyle board. I think it's a bit directional, but it's camber. I think it's like a 6 out of 10, like a bit of a stiffer board, but not too stiff. And yeah, it looks really fun for like freestyle and all mountains. So I think it's yeah, kind of like an aggressive, fun all mountain freestyle board. Yeah, hopefully I'll get the chance to try it. I think it's kind of similar to the Capita Outsiders, but maybe a little bit more directional and maybe slightly more stiff. So it'd be cool to check out. But I love like the top sheet, the whole design. I love the design of a lot of the Capita boards. So yeah, Morbid Ghost, I hope you like it, man. And Aaron Snowrider with the super chat as well. Just the super chat. Thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. Oh, okay, and Aaron Snowrider with a question to go along with her super chat says, hey Kevin, I know you like camber boards to ride. Have you found any rocker cambers that work for you for your riding style? I'm planning to update to a Never Summer Proto Synth this year. Awesome. Yeah, I know that Never Summer do a lot of like the, I guess like flying V style. So the camber in this rocker in the middle, camber under feet, and then rocker towards the tips, which I think is like a pretty versatile profile. So you can take that in the park, you can take it into powder. It can do a bit of everything. But yeah, I feel like the more I ride different profiles, the more I like appreciate different ones. So I really recently I've been riding a camber board in the park, and it's been really fun for control, for riding with speed, for stability on landings. So that's been fun, and it's a very precise feel. But I also enjoyed last year having the LibTech Orca is the rocker camber combination, kind of similar to the Never Summer, and it's really fun in powder because you get some stability from the camber, but then the rocker also helps it to float and to turn a little bit more quickly. So yeah, I feel like I appreciate the rocker or camber depending on what you want to do. I'm sure like a full rocker board would be really fun for like butters and just like having fun in the park, maybe like jibbing it and stuff like that. I haven't ridden a full rocker board in a long time, so that would be one that would be interesting to try out again. But yeah, they all have their different highlights, so it's fun trying different ones. And yeah, the Never Summer profile looks like fun, so I hope you like it. And Bad Riders with the super chat says, "Where should I buy a lodge, Kev?" You should buy a lodge in Wyoming. Buy a lodge in either Wyoming by Grand Targhee, or buy a lodge in if you want it to be in the south in Chile in Malacahueo, Chile, near yeah, that mountain that we were at. But yeah, Malacahueo in Chile has an amazing spot there. So maybe down there. Or yeah, if you want to be up north, maybe someplace like Wyoming. That'd be fun. The Shred Ship saying campaign donation. Kev for Prime Minister. Open the border. Nice. Snowboarder lives shred. Awesome. Thank you, man. Yeah, that'd be. I wish they would open the border. It'd be great to visit the States again for sure. So yeah, hopefully we'll get down to the U.S. and hopefully the Americans can come up to Canada as well. Because yeah, the border's been shut now since March, and it would be nice to see it open and be able to, and especially for the snowboard season, it'd be great to be able to go down to the States to visit some of our American friends and snowboard down there. That'd be amazing. So yeah, we'll see what happens. They better open it up, or else I'll start campaigning for sure. Joshua Lee with the super chat saying, "I was thinking about getting a 2021 Burton Paramount. What do you think? And do you have any recommendations for a 2020-2021 do it all snowboard?" Oh wow. So I haven't ridden the Burton Paramount. I honestly can't remember the exact specs of it. So, but I believe it's more of a park board. So if you want to get good at park, then the Burton Paramount could be for you. One thing, I'm not a fan of the EST system. So the like channel system on Burton boards. So I'm not a big fan of that. So that would keep me away from it, and I probably wouldn't get it. And recommendations for 2020 all mountain snowboards? It kind of depends. It depends on like if you want to ride more powder or more just like off-piste stuff and your ability level. But something like the LibTech Orca, really fun all mountain POW board. It's got magnet traction, so that's a pretty cool board. Maybe the Jones Mind Expander, that's a fun one as well. But yeah, there's so many out there. What do we have behind us? You can even check out something like a Karua Dart. Check out the Karua Dart. I haven't ridden that one yet, but it looks like a lot of fun. All right. Man, so many super chats coming in at the end here. Tyler Sulzer, thank you for spending. Thank you for the time you spend teaching us. Taught me and the kids so much over the last season. Would love more beginner / intermediate tutorials. Awesome, Tyler. Yeah, appreciate you checking them out, and I'm super happy that the kids got some use out of them as well. And yeah, we'll definitely keep all the beginner intermediate tutorials rolling. Always love to, like, every once in a while get one of those out. I know that some of the videos I've done in the past too need like updating, so it'd be great to redo some of those older videos. But yeah, we'll keep all those videos coming out consistently through the winter. But yeah, Tyler, thanks for the support, man, and yeah, say hello to the family for me. All right, awesome, guys. So just over an hour and 10 minutes. Thank you guys all for tuning in for the live chat today. Shout out to all the moderators. Thank you guys for keeping the chat running smoothly. Big thanks to everyone who liked the video too. We got 90 likes, over 100 people watching the whole time. And yeah, again, a big shout out to everyone for the super chats. Yeah, the plan, I'm actually going to Portugal tomorrow, going to be there for a little while, and then going back to Zermatt, Switzerland for some more snowboarding. So more videos coming from Zermatt, and then after that going down to or over to Austria. So lots of snowboarding to come, and yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time out there if it's your summer or winter. And yeah, big thanks to everyone for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys again next week. Later.